The short but dramatic marriage of Karlie Redd, a face that many of you must be familiar with on the small screen. Do you remember? The day when the news of Karlie's secret marriage broke out? Many of us secretly wished her well, hoping that after so many ups and downs in love, she would finally find a peaceful home. Looking at the bright smile, the sparkling ring on Karlie's hand at that time, who would have thought that behind that closed door was a completely different truth, a truth that just a few months later would make everyone stunned, a truth that exposed a terrible mess, as people often call it. It was not just a normal quarrel, it was also related to much more serious problems. Let's go back in time a little to understand more about this woman and the path that led to that stormy marriage. Karlie Redd. This name is probably too familiar to those who love the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. She appeared from the first seasons bringing a very unique color, an energetic Trinidadian woman, somewhat dramatic, always eager to assert herself in the entertainment industry, from music, acting to business. We have seen Karlie go through many love affairs on screen, from fleeting feelings, complicated relationships with other artists, to times when it seemed like she had found true love. Karlie, in a way, represents the image of a woman who is constantly searching for love and stability in a competitive and tempting world of showbiz. She can make people love her, can make people hate her, can make people shake their heads in dismay at her decisions, but it cannot be denied that Karlie always knows how to keep herself attractive and attentive. Before marrying Morris Mo Fane, Karlie seemed to be in a new chapter of her life. She continued her business projects, still appeared regularly on El Hattel, and seemed to be craving for real stability in her love life more than ever. After so many hurts, so many failed relationships, people saw in Karlie a strong desire for a family, a true life partner. And then, Mo Fane appeared. He was not a famous rapper or music producer. He was a businessman, appeared to be successful, and most importantly, he proposed to Karlie. For many fans who had followed Karlie for many years, this was like the happy ending they had been waiting for. A man who seemed financially stable, the way they came together, at first, was also covered in a layer of secrecy. There were no big announcements, no lavish wedding photos released right away. Just rumors, hints on social media, and then belated confirmations. This initial secrecy made the public even more curious. Had Karlie finally learned how to keep her happiness private? Or were there other reasons behind it? And then the mess began to emerge, not from the fiery arguments on reality TV that people often see with Karlie, but from a completely different shock, a legal battle that shook everything. In May 2020, less than a year after the news of their secret marriage broke, Karlie Redd's husband, Mo Fane, was arrested. This was no ordinary arrest for a disagreement. Mo Fane was charged with bank fraud related to the U.S. government's COVID-19 Small Business Relief Program, known as the PPP, Paycheck Protection Program. The amount of money Mo allegedly embezzled was in the millions of dollars. He had falsified information about his transportation company, the number of employees, and the purpose of the loan in order to receive a huge sum of money from the government. This news exploded like a bomb. It not only exposed the true face of the husband that Karlie had just put her trust in, but also dragged Karlie herself into a spiral of negative attention. People began to ask, did Karlie know about her husband's illegal activities? Did she have anything to do with that money? Did the lavish lifestyle that Mo Fane showed off, including the 8-carat diamond ring he gave Karlie, come from ill-gotten money? Things got worse as the details of the case were revealed. Instead of using the PPP loan money to pay employees and keep the business running as the program was intended to do, Mo Fane allegedly used much of it to fund her lavish lifestyle, buying expensive jewelry, including a ring for Karlie and a Rolex, paying off personal debt, even bail money from a previous case, and running another massive Ponzi scheme. This is no longer the usual romantic drama seen on El Chattel. This is a serious financial crime, defrauding the government in a time when the whole of America is struggling with the pandemic. The image of Karlie's successful businessman husband, her peaceful home, has completely collapsed. Instead, there is the portrait of a professional con man, someone who takes advantage of the crisis for personal gain. Karlie Redd's marriage, from a fragile hope for happiness, suddenly turned into the center of a national legal scandal. All eyes are on her. Will she stand by her husband? Or is she just another victim in Mo Fane's scam? The mess is now not just about personal feelings, but also about honor, the law, and public judgment. What makes this story even more horrible is not just that Mo Fane is a criminal, but what happened next. The little-known or little-noticed facts behind the marriage didn't last long before the storm hit. They got married secretly in July 2019. In May 2020, Mo was arrested, and just a month later, in June 2020, Karlie Redd filed for divorce. The way things happened so quickly suggests that perhaps the marriage had cracks before the legal scandal broke out, or at least Mo's arrest was the last straw, exposing irreparable problems. Karlie's reaction. Initially, it seemed that Karlie tried to keep quiet or show some support for her husband, but as the evidence against Mo became more and more clear and serious, her attitude changed. In the divorce petition, Karlie asserted that their marriage was irretrievably broken. Interestingly, it is reported that Mo Fane tried to prevent Karlie from revealing information about his case on the show Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. This shows a deep tension and distrust between the two even during the ongoing legal process. Mo wanted to control his image, while Karlie, perhaps, wanted to face reality on television. Little details, but worth pondering. There are reports that, even before the marriage, there were warning signs about Mo Fane that Karlie may have ignored or not recognized, rumors about other relationships, about lack of transparency in business. But perhaps the desire for a home, for a successful-looking man, made Karlie blind to the truth. And here is another perspective that few people talk about. Was Karlie really as shocked as she appeared? Or in the world of reality TV, where everything can be exaggerated, did she somehow sense the uncertainty and decide to jump into the fire anyway? We cannot know for sure. But what is clear is that Karlie faced severe consequences. Not only did she lose the husband she once trusted, but she was also dragged into a scandal that affected her image and reputation. The truth behind this mess is a bitter lesson in trust, in the sobriety of choosing a partner, and in the price to pay when a private life is exposed to the media and public. It also shows the harsh reality that sometimes the most sparkling things hide the darkest corners. Mo Fane eventually pleaded guilty and was sentenced to more than 17 years in prison. Karlie Redd's story is indeed complex and has many perspectives. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions. Please leave a comment below this video. Each comment and each share of yours contributes to making our conversation richer and more multidimensional. Do not hesitate to express your opinion, whether you agree or disagree. And if you find this content useful and want to continue exploring other interesting behind-the-scenes stories of the entertainment industry, please click the like button, share this video, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss our next conversations. See you in the next videos.